Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jennifer. So guys, in this video today, I'm going to show you how to cut and sew this top you are seeing in the video. If you are my returner, thank you so much for your support. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. Thank you. So guys, we're going to use this nylon lycra fabric. That means it's a very stretchy fabric and it's very thick. It comes in a thin ones and the thick one. So this one is a thick one. The one side is crepe and the other side is more shiny, but I'm going to use the shiny side as the outside and the crepe side as the inside because the crepe side is picking a lot of dirt and dust. So guys, let's get into this video. So if you don't know how to draft this pattern, go on my YouTube channel and check on how to draft the pattern. So I went ahead already and did the pattern, and I fold my fabric into two because we're going to be cutting both front and back. So now we're going to do the pinning of the top. The first thing we're going to do is pin the top all around. That is the first thing we're going to do before we start doing our slash and spray on the sleeve side. As you can see, the pattern is cut already. So guys, to make this top, you're gonna need like 1 meter because we're cutting front and back. So half a meter for the front and half a meter for the back. But it depends on the size you are. So I'm a size medium, so I'm gonna use 1 meter. If you're a size large, you can use 1.1 or 1.2. So the amount of fabric, it depends on your body size. And a quick reminder, this is nylon lycra, so you don't need a lot of fabric. It is stretchy fabric. Just make sure you pin everything very well. Just make sure pin everything very well, especially on the neckline because you want it as flat as possible. So now we're gonna start our spray method. Like I said, I'm gonna leave like only 0.5. I'm not gonna leave too much because I don't want, when I'm gonna do the gauging, the sleeve side to be like very puffy or to be like too much. So I didn't want that, so I'm gonna leave 0.5 as the gaps between the slash I did cut earlier on my pattern. Like I did say, if you don't know how to draft this pattern, go on my YouTube channel and check the pattern, sorry, and then you can get yourself a fabric. The fabric I'm using, the amount I'm using, it's like 1 meter. 1 meter, I am a size medium, so it depends on your size and the amount of the fabric you are going to use. So if your pattern is not sitting right, just take your scissor and cut even more the pattern so your top can sit properly. Don't worry about around how it's gonna be, just focus on making your pattern sit well on the fabric because your pattern is actually your top, okay? So before you cut your fabric. As you can see, my pattern is now standing, so I'm gonna remove the first pin I did put and try to make it flat as I'm going around again, because what matters the most is the slash and spray sides, the sleeve side, which is actually the style of the top. So if it's sitting, and then you're gonna go around and fix well your pattern, just as you see I'm doing in the video. So don't worry about your fabric folding out the pattern, like around the pattern. Don't worry about that. Just focus of making your pattern lay so flat on the fabric for your top style. So guys, we're gonna go ahead and do the same method on the other side of the sleeve because it's an off shoulder, but we're gonna do the slash and spray. So this is how it's looking. As you can see, my pattern is not sitting nice in the middle there. I have to remove the pins that I pinned earlier to make it lay flat again. As you can see, I'm removing to make it lay flat again. The mission here was to get first the slash and spray those gaps between. Don't worry about how the fabric look around, but the mission here is to get your pattern as flat as possible. After doing the slash and spray, now I'm going ahead and fix the pattern all around. So if you see like your top is not sitting well, take your scissor and cut again to just make it sit well. As you can see now, it's sitting nice. Don't worry about how the fabric look around. The mission here is to make the pattern lay as flat as possible. So now we're gonna go ahead and cut the top, but before cutting, I want to add 1 inch for sewing allowance on the next side. You can add 0.5, it's okay, but I did add 1 inch, and then later on see it was not so necessary to add 1 inch, so 0.5 is fine. You add it all around your neck, and on the side of the sleeve also I'm gonna add 0.5 for the stitching, the joining of the sleeve. Armhole or sleeve opening, you must just add 0.5. Don't add a lot of allowance. This allowance is gonna help us while we're gonna be stitching. Don't add any sewing allowance on the side seam of your top. You do not need it because this fabric is very stretchy. It's a nylon lycra, so you just add on your armhole, arm opening, on your side of the sleeve, on the neckline, on the other side also of the sleeve. You do the same method. So guys, this is how our top is looking. As you can see, I did that sewing allowance only on the armhole opening, the sleeve opening, on the side of the sleeve, and on the neckline. So on the bottom I went ahead and add 5 inch. If you want, if you don't want, you don't have to add it. I'm adding this 5 inch because I'm gonna put elastic on the sides of the top. Just keep watching the video, you're gonna see what I mean. Now I'm gonna go ahead and cut this top. As you can see, I didn't add any side seam because we do not need it. Like I said, the fabric is very stretchy, and on your neckline please just put 0.5. Don't put 1 inch. It was so unnecessary. Later on I realized that I supposed just to put 0.5. So this is how the top is looking. I'm gonna remove the pins. Before removing the pins, I went ahead first and mark where I did measure that 1 inch on the neckline because I'm gonna stitch like a short lining to flip the top around. So I went ahead first and mark it with my nipper, and now I'm gonna remove the pins. And just to show you how the top is looking, I'm gonna do gathering on both sleeve, on the side of the sleeve. So I went ahead and cut a short lining because this fabric is very thick and it's gonna be too hot, so I didn't want to cut like 4 full piece. So guys, right now I'm gonna go ahead and join my neckline. Remember, the lining is shorter than the actual top. The actual top is long. As you can see in the video, the fabric is actually dark. You can't really see, you can't tell the wrong side and the right side. Like I did say, the right side is the shiny side and the crepe side, I'm going to use it as a wrong side. So I went ahead and joined the neckline. Remember, we have 4 pieces. 2 short pieces for the lining and 2 long pieces for the actual fabric. I'm so sorry, my table is so small, so I'm gonna show you it well down, but for now I did join all 4 pieces. 1 full top with a short lining and the other full top with a short lining, which make front and back, because this top does not really have a different back. It's all the same style. So I'm gonna show it properly down just to explain to you properly, because my camera was all turned around and my table is too small, you can't really see, but that is the sleeve side, and this is me flip it around after stitching, and that side is also the other sleeve side. So I went ahead, after stitching the lining and the top, I went ahead and make a stitch for the sleeve gathering. Remember, the sleeve we are making, it has like gathering on the side, so I'm just going to pull it. So this is how I did stitch from the actual top on the side of the sleeve to the lining. So I didn't make a straight stitch, but the straight stitch you must fix your machine. The stitch must be a little bit bigger so it can help you to pull. So I went ahead and do on the other side of the sleeve also. I'm gonna show you well down how I did it, but this you can see that is the sleeve side, the lining and the actual fabric. So this is how it's looking. So that side is the actual, the lining, and this side is the actual top. As you can see, I went ahead and make a straight stitch, and that place I leave it open because that is going to be our sleeve opening. So this is the one piece. So this is what I did also on the other side. Yeah, remember to leave your sleeve opening. So as you can see, the lining is shorter and the actual top is actually very long. I went ahead and add the second piece, so you can see we have our front and back, and I did already stitch the gathering to make it, as you can see, the style in the video. Now I'm gonna go ahead and open it so to show you. This is how I'm gonna join it. As you must open it. As you can see, the lining must lay on the line. So this is how the top is looking. I went ahead and stitched there. You can see the lining is shorter and the actual top is long, as we can see in the video. I'm just showing it to you properly. So I went ahead and turned it around. So now we have the top, the full top. As you can see, the lining is the shorter part, the two pieces are lining, the short one. Now we're gonna stitch our sleeve, but we're gonna do it from inside. Before that, you must first measure your sleeve opening, and my one I did leave like 5 inch because I have small arms. If you have medium arms, you can take like 6 inches. Yeah, so I went ahead and measure before stitching. So I did take it to my machine. I just want to show you properly. So this is the side sleeve, and I went ahead and mark. You can see that it's the wrong side, so we're gonna stitch it like that, but I'm gonna show you how we're gonna stitch this so the stitch can be inside. So this is the inside of the top. You can see the lining is like, it's actually shorter, and the main top it's long. So I just went ahead and turned it around to show you what is going on. So this is the right side, the short side, the wrong side was the short side. So we're gonna go ahead and stitch our sleeve opening. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do it. I did pin there, and I'm gonna remove the pin to first stitch it, and then later on I'm gonna nip it. So just keep watching and see what I'm gonna do. So this is what you do. You unpin it, you open. As you can see, the short side is the lining side and the long side is actually the main top. So this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna bring the short side to the long side to stitch it, to stitch our sleeve opening, as you can see in the video. Just make sure arrange everything nice, and then we're gonna go ahead and stitch. So we're gonna stitch 5 on the one side and other 5 on the other side. So the total is gonna make 10 inch of our sleeve opening. Yeah, so I went ahead and stitch. Now I'm gonna pin where my stitch started and where my stitch stopped. I'm gonna pin there so we can turn the top around and do our side seam. So this is how the top is looking. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip it around. I'm just showing you how it's looking. You can see that is the lining side and the other side was the main top. So I'm gonna put my hand inside and pull everything. So I did the same method on the other side also. So I'm turning it around to show you how it's looking. So this is how it's looking. As you can see already, our armhole or sleeve opening is stitched inside, like you can't see the seam from outside, it's all hidden. So now we're gonna go ahead and stitch our side seam. As you can see, that is my sleeve open, the armhole. So I'm gonna leave only 5 inch. Now we're gonna do the side seam. After stitching the side seam, this is how the top is looking like. So remember, I did add 5 inch on the bottom of the top because I'm going to add elastic, and the elastic we're gonna cut is gonna be 2.5 inch. So before stitching the elastic, you must go ahead and stitch 0.5 all around the top. Now we're gonna go ahead and stitch our elastic on the seam of the top. So this is how it's looking. This is the wrong side. You can see the elastic is in between the seam and the elastic I use here, the thin elastic, a white one. So I'm gonna put the top down so you can see. So this is the right side of the elastic. As you can see how it's looking on the bottom of the top. So I'm gonna put the top down so you can see. You can see one side that has elastic and the other side does not have elastic yet. So we're gonna go ahead and do the same method on the other side. So the piece of elastic I did cut is 2.5. Remember, on the bottom I did add 5 inch. So the piece of elastic I'm stitching, it's gonna be 2.5. So that is the right side and this is the wrong side. So I'm gonna open the seam of the top and I'm gonna stitch the elastic right there on top. So you must make sure the seam is properly opened, and then you put your elastic. First of all, you must first take your elastic before start stitching it. Make sure it's well taken, and after that you must pull your elastic, like pull it until there's no more pulling. So after pulling it and then you start stitching, please don't let it go or else the stitch won't be straight and the stitch is going to be also seen on the other side of the top. So as you can see in the video, I'm busy fixing and stitching the top without letting go the elastic. So the elastic must remain pulled until the end of it, and when you reach to the end you must make sure you tag it very well. So this is how it's looking. You can see on the right side the stitch is on the seam and it's straight. So this is how it must look, and on the wrong side this is how it's looking, like I did show you earlier. So we are done with our elastic stitching, so just trim and make sure everything is okay. Now I'm gonna put the top down to show you how the top is looking. This is how the top is looking, so I'm gonna go ahead and try it on and show you. So I went ahead and tried the top. As you can see, it's looking so nice. It's very simple but classy. So guys, you can style this with your jean or skirt. So please guys, don't forget to subscribe, share, like, comment. I will see you in my next video. For those people who are actually supporting this channel, thank you so much. Please guys, give this video a thumbs up. Thumbs up really help the channel to grow. I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.